Hi there, welcome back to Bernama Today. With me are the co-founders, or rather the founder and co-founder and managing directors of the Big Bad Wolf book sale. Of course, you will know this as well. It's taken the nation by storm, and next year they in fact celebrate their 10th anniversary. With me, Jacqueline Ng and Andrew Yap. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi. How did you guys find time out of the busy schedule and the sale that's going on to join us here? I'm sure a lot happening. Tell us, how has it been so far?
Good, very good. The response has been amazing. Was a public holiday in Selangor yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah, there was lots of people, and the exciting thing is the previous night being a public holiday eve. You know, there were like tens of thousands of people that would come at midnight, 1 a.m.
That's right. So you know, for those who don't really know, the sale goes on for 24 hours. So it does not stop. It doesn't. No one goes to sleep.
Yeah, no one
Literally.
goes to sleep. 24 hours for 11 straight days.
That's amazing. Let's go back to the beginning. How did this idea come about? Because I know I was quite surprised to hear that, you know, we've never really had a book sale on this scale before. Now that we have one, it just seems that, hey, how come there wasn't one before? It was a great idea. Just but perhaps take us back to how it all started.
We started in the year 2009, and we started really small. Back in 2007, we have our first bookstore, which is only 500 square feet, with a very simple mission, which is to promote books, promote reading, and also to increase the English literacy in Malaysia. And at that time, when I still remember, I was reading the papers, and the reading habit or culture of Malaysian is only 2%.
Yeah.
So that's alarming low.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's why we thought, if we can make books affordable, as in lower the price, would that make a difference and have an impact to Malaysians and the society as a whole?
Definitely make it more attractive. We've seen that through the sale.
Correct.
You know, whether you are interested in just magazines or big novels or comic books or kids, children's bedtime stories. Yeah, all sorts of things are there. But how did the idea come up? Because you kind of stumbled on it, right?
Yeah, to be honest, we never expected to be here also. No, I mean, the company and where it's going and what we are doing. It was just a very simple mission of wanting to make Malaysia better, you know, and we realized that Malaysians' knowledge has to be accessible.
That's
it has to be affordable, you know, and so we came out with this little bookstore, you know, to make books affordable in our own little way, and due to the customers' demands, you know, we have grown, and it was always all about the people and trying to make a difference.
That's right. Well, we talk about books and we talk about beautiful, you know, nice books like that, and most of the time, if you look at it at the bookstores, they are very expensive. Also, whether it's in schools or even, you know, with those who are slightly older working adults, it's quite hard to get people to read, especially now with what they call the second screen, which is our TV, our mobile phones, our tabs and whatnot. But there is this ingenious idea now that has come up, and it's called augmented reality book. And this is something we wanted to show our audience today. This book comes to life with the use of a device. And tell us the thought process or the objective behind this.
This is like a magic book. Basically, you know, it takes kids, you know, from the devices to the book, and you need the device and the book to work together.
Okay,
you know?
So let's try and demonstrate this, because sometimes parents have a hard time to get their kids off the tab or off the TV, and this kind of helps them to wean off using these gadgets, and perhaps also in another way using these gadgets to get them interested in reading once again. That, of course, we know can be a challenge. So here you go. It's a free app that you download, and you use it on the book, and it's meant to come alive. The animations are meant to come alive.
So you have the app here.
Yeah.
And you download.
Hello, I'm Goldilocks. It's so nice to meet you.
So it's very interactive, and as you can see, you know, the colors are bright. You know, her voice is very crisp, and all, and this gets kids all excited. Yeah.
A daddy bear and a baby bear lived together.
That's awesome. I mean, it's something of the future, which I think as a kid I would have thought, oh wow, wouldn't that be nice if something like this came alive? And here it is right now. What's great about this is that it's not even expensive. You're retailing this at 15 ringgit at the sale.
Yeah, it's only 15 ringgit. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Let's look at the kinds of books that that are being sold at the sale, and what kind of as those who attend or go to the sale, what kind of areas are they interested in? What are Malaysians looking for at this book sale?
For the past many years, we can see a shift as well. Of course, the avid readers will be our enthusiastic customers, right? So they're the first one who rush in through the door, and
because
you see
people
them
queue up for
people
hours
queue up
before.
to go in, right? But now that when it opens, the door never closes, so they can come anytime.
Right.
So there are the very eager parents who will run to the children's section, and there are also the very avid readers that will run to the fiction section. And for non-fiction, you will see self-help and business that moves really, really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a bit of everything.
Yes.
How has the sale improved over the past years? Of course, next year being Hallmark year, 10th year. How have you improved in terms of your operations and processes in getting to handle the masses? Because I mean, thousands and thousands of people. What was your count last year? How many people did you have?
I think close to about 500,000 customers.
500,000 customers.
500,000,
Our improvements are always done every event, even the overseas events. We try to make changes and replicate for each sale. So it has been, we started 24 hours on weekends and then became 24 hours throughout. And so there's some of the improvements, and our systems get better, the books get better. The purchasing, we look at what the customers want to buy, and we improve on that. Yeah.
Right. So now we go back to the problem of the handphone or the tab, or even anything that you have a second screen on. Do you think that Malaysians are still interested in books, or are they kind of going towards e-books, because that's another big thing?
I think e-books are basically a thing of the past now. The sales of e-books has dwindled, and even Waterstones in UK stopped selling the Kindle. Yeah. Basically, it's a human interaction thing. The physical book and somehow e-books and digital media just can't replace that.
That's right. And what more from what we just saw on that demo that really brings to life. And doesn't just have to be kids' books. It can be any kind of,
it can be.
even I could imagine even books for adults, whether it's a storybook or a book on business, like you said, as many Malaysians like to go. Let's talk about some of the best-selling books at the sale. What's kind of topping the charts now?
Definitely, children books are always number one, and for the adults, it will be self-help business, and I think this is what developing countries yearn for. They want to improve themselves, and so that genre is always doing very well.
That's right. So the interest is not just here in Malaysia. You've taken it out of the country as well, across Asia, many other countries. You've seen the same kind of success. Tell us about your world domination plan.
So we started going overseas in the year 2016, and that only happens when in the year 2015 we are finally convinced that what we have been doing over from 2009 to 2015 have proven to be really effective, and that has that came because in the year 2015 our young adult books during the Big Bell KL sale sold out.
Wow.
And that was a big surprise to us, because that was the most difficult genre from day one. Right, because
young
teenagers
books.
Teenagers is they don't really have the habit to read, and it's very hard for a parent to get them to read.
That's right.
Right. So young adult book has always been our most challenging genre in the beginning, and when in 2015, and we were quite surprised that the books that we can't stop replenishing, and then we realized the kids that has been our customers since 2009, they are now young adults.
Right.
And that is a very, it was very touching for us to know that is the impact that we have created.
Yeah, and we literally built a whole generation of readers.
Of brand new readers. And that is when we know that we are ready to take it forward to other countries who have similar demographic with us. That means books are not so accessible, English is not the first language, and people are craving more, to learn, to have knowledge, to have better education, and also to have a better proficiency in English. So that is when we started going to Indonesia. That's our first country that we went to, Thailand, and then we moved forth to Sri Lanka, Philippines. This year we went to Taiwan, even Dubai.
That's world domination for sure. And you say you've seen equal amount of success in these countries as well. You were saying earlier that one of these countries countries doesn't even, they don't really have big bookstores.
Yeah, so places like Sri Lanka, they have bookstores, but they don't have the big chains there. So unlike in Malaysia or in the more developed countries where we see big brands and big chains, they do not have that.
But yet the sale is a hit there. So
exactly.
What does this mean really for people going to whether it's to be entertained by these books or pick it up for skills? What does it mean? Are books still very much something people love? Is it like a first love, or is it that it's because it's cheap?
I think it's everything.
A combination.
Combination. Big Bad Wolf not only introduces books to kids, but also for adults. Many of us read, but we don't have time to read now.
That's true.
And the sale basically helps us rediscover the joy of reading again.
It does. I always say a bookstore smells like heaven, because you go in there and suddenly you're like, I'm interested in gardening. Oh, I want to know about how to, set a table or weird things like that that you hardly think about on a general day. How does this husband-wife duo work? How does the business acumen come in along with trying to keep, the household running? How challenging has it been?
Not easy, but I guess it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But if you use it wisely, it's an unbeatable combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our characters are totally different. We have different aspirations, but what makes it all work is we share the same dream, of changing the world through books.
Oh, I don't think it's a dream anymore. I think it's not even augmented reality. It is the real reality.
It is a reality, because next year we're going to 45 different cities.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Just about to ask you, what's planned out for next year?
And moving forward, 3 years from now, we're hoping to be 100 different cities around the whole world.
And are you going to take the same kind of event to every country, or are you going to kind of like localize it or customize it a bit more?
It's more or less similar, but what we'll do is we'll choose the right books for the right market.
Right. So right here in KL, it's going on till the 17th of December. Of course, try not to miss it. It is in the same location that you've had it since its inception, since the first year, at MIECC, which is the Mines International Exhibition and Convention Center. So things like, do you have an express lane for those, with kids or for the elderly? Are you doing anything different to ensure that people are more comfortable?
We run, like as I mentioned, we always improve on the sale and how we do it. So our cashiering system is almost perfect at the moment already. There are literally almost no queues, and the 24-hour helps, because we spread out the customers. We have 45 cashiers this year.
Wow. Yeah. So do people actually come in the wee hours of the morning?
1, 2 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m.
Midnight is our peak hour, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what made you think, let's do it 24 hours? Because general, retailing time, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
We couldn't cope with the crowds.
Yes.
There were just too many people, and the sale was open for 12 hours, and it was just too packed. So doing the extended hours helped ease the crowds.
Ever thought of making this as sort of an online thing, an e-commerce thing where people can purchase it online, or?
Not at the moment. We feel that there is a need for physical books, physical
Bringing
presence.
back that
presence.
Yes.
Physical presence for books.
And when when you come to Big Bad Wolf, you never come alone.
No, you know.
That person that you bring is the person that we hope could be influenced.
That's right.
Because you bring a friend, sometimes just to accompany you, right? Or maybe you come from somewhere, whether it's a family or friends.
Yeah, and then that person brings another person, and that's how it has spread by wildfire.
And one reason why the 24-hour works is because if you're shopping for books and you cannot be distracted. No? You cannot have somebody chasing you. You're late for something. You're worried and all. And so when they come at night, the customers at midnight, no one is calling you. No one is looking for you. You just take your time to go through, the millions of books that we have on display.
That's right. That sounds so much fun. I mean, just going to shop for books in itself is such a fun activity. What more, bring them home and read them. So yes, it makes a great Christmas present as well. Of course, Christmas is nearby. The New Year is upon us as well. If you'd like to pick up any of these books, especially the ones on augmented reality, as you saw earlier, they are of course on sale at wonderful prices as well. Is there anything you'd like to add, Andrew and Jacqueline, before I let you go today?
I would just like to invite everybody to the sale. We are only halfway through the sale. there's another 7 days.
That's right, about 5 days or to go. 17th of December being the last day. It will, as it is, we like a sale on a sale. A lot of times people will say, we'll just go the last day.
Okay.
It will be even like more than half price. Is that happening?
It's already 75 to 95% now.
It's already more than half
So
price.
it doesn't get any cheaper already. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
Jacqueline?
we do have new stocks that replenish every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's always fresh stocks, and a lot of customers come multiple
Come
times.
back to pick up the best deals. All right, Jacqueline, anything to add?
No, I seriously just want appeal to everyone to, if you enjoy reading and you know the value of books, please spread that love to a friend.
That's right.
Yeah.
And spread that message as well.
Spread that
Books
message,
will be
yes.
books will be books, and there will always be, the best go-to place, whether you're feeling happy, whether you're feeling sad, or and such a great interaction tool for kids as well. That's all the time we have on the show today. Thank you so much for being in the studios with us, and thank you for bringing Big Bad Wolf to town. That's right. We'll see you next time, same place. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked on to Bernama News Channel for more updates coming your way. Bye bye.